Well, good morning, and welcome back to the Elusive Lens channel. I'm so glad you guys were able to tune in for this video. If you are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, and if you like the content, I would appreciate if you hit that like button and also shared it with somebody you know. It really helps the Google YouTube algorithm to increase the traffic on the channel by suggesting the videos on your suggested video sidebar. Anyway, as the title of this video goes, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this camera. 5D Mark II is one of its kind. All the bugs that are just features that came along with the camera, like the compact flash disk drive, that you have to look for adapters for if you want to use your micro SD or just regular SD cards, which is not a big deal. They work flawlessly for me for as long as I have used them. Or the fact that it has only 6 or 9 points of autofocus versus 60 or plus on newer cameras. It really doesn't bother me because I only shoot vintage glass, all manual lenses, so that's not a problem. And also the fact that it has a much slower frame rate for videos, even though Canon 5D and 5D Mark II have been used for professional cinematography, believe it or not. So, but I don't do that. This is my go-to. Osmo GGI Osmo Pocket is my video vlogging camera that I use. Even in the office, in the studio, I will actually use this. So my only gripe is I wish they would have thought transitioning from 5D Classic to 5D Mark II to add the aspect ratio. I just realized that my microphone is not connecting to the Osmo. So I apologize about the quality of this audio, but since I'm out already, I might as well do the short vlog and maybe even come away with a couple of images. So what I'm doing today is trying to capture hoarfrost. Montana is not a very humid state, and we don't get winter days like this very often, but when we do, they turn out absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to look around, see if there is anything worthwhile sharing with you folks, so stay tuned. So you may choose to waste a considerable amount of time, like I did, browsing through different online forums looking for that one setting on how to adjust the aspect ratio in your old SLR camera. And there isn't one, unless you decide to download the Magic Lantern firmware and risk completely destroying your camera. I would rather not take that chance. Instead, you will just have to stitch multiple images in post-processing and then crop that resulting photo into the desired aspect ratio. And this is precisely what I did with the images that I took this morning. For my first composition, I decided to take 3 vertical images and then combine them into a square crop, 1 by 1, that resembles the 6x6 medium format that became so popular in the 50s and the 60s. And I really like that aspect ratio. It does have its own vintage appeal, especially that I shoot vintage lenses. My second image required 4 vertical shots because I was trying to achieve a wide angle panel and end up cropping that into a 16 by 9 or even closer to maybe 65 by 29 aspect ratio. This is what that image turned out like. But again, something that you could not do in camera and had to be done in post-processing. For the following photo, I took 6 various surrounding images in order to create, again, a 1:1 square crop. However, this was a little bit trickier, and I wanted to have a higher resolution that ended up turning into this particular photo, which perfectly captured the frosty atmosphere that we were so fortunate to get this morning. And in closing, here are a few single exposure photographs, which I suppose did make my exposure to the less than preferable elements of nature worth the while. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty challenging with all the highlights being blown out. It's hard to find that separation between the subject you're shooting and the background, but I still hope that maybe there's a couple images turned out okay. The minimalist shots I tried to shoot, and just overall maybe captured the nature of this hoarfrosty morning. So hey, if you have anything to add, any comments, please drop them down below. Hit that like and subscribe buttons if you're new to this channel, and I'll try to see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.